All right, welcome back to episode 10 of the Green Line Gazette. We got a big one today. Exclusive interview with BC Birdball's Colin Larson, joined here by Connor Capshaw, roommate just 5 feet over again. Hey, back-to-back episodes with some 56 Grey Cliff dudes,
Oh yeah.
chopping it up. We're talking, besides Larson, we're talking Sox, rough start, fresh off a Yankees sweep as of tonight. Not pretty. We'll get to that, say what there is. But guys, how you doing?
Doing good. Fired up to be here. I've been looking forward to this all week, so it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
doing well. Nice for having me.
course. You in so you're in South Bend, right? Are we prepping for the
Y-
Holy War this weekend?
Yeah, yeah, we have Notre Dame this weekend at South Bend in South Bend. Um, yeah, here Brennan Capshaw might be roaming around somewhere.
Larson, we're obviously you, Luke, and I. We're all Western Mass guys. I think that means we all have an uncle or two who swears Notre Dame is the best Irish school, and perhaps has a leprechaun tattooed on his calf or tricep or something like that. How does it compare being out there? I think it's your first time, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's my first time out here. You know, being from Western Mass, pretty large Irish population, so there tends to be some Notre Dame fans. But yeah, out here for the first time. Haven't gotten much around campus yet, other than the baseball field. But yeah, just
There you go. I mean, it's I'm not a huge fan of Notre Dame. I mean, not even Irish, right? Everybody knows that they're
yeah,
French Catholics. A little,
yeah.
little
The name is
silly
in French.
that they get to be called the Fighting Irish there. But I mean, I guess we'll get into some questions for you here. So the Holy War, right? Notre Dame, BC. They faced off this fall in football. Almost went BC's way. What does this mean for you guys? Because I know you got a bunch of great ACC rivalries, Beanpot, all that. So what's the Holy War mean to Birdball?
Um, I mean, to us, I feel like it's just another game, really. You try to look at every game with a sort of faceless opponent. Um, no matter who you're playing, obviously, the BC Notre Dame sort of Irish Catholic rivalry gets hyped up, but you still have to treat it just like any other game. Keep that opponent faceless. Go in, do the job.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I feel like so obviously backing up to the beginning of the season, this team was picked not to do much. I think the expectations, maybe not internally, but externally, were certainly based in the ACC. Now you guys are absolutely rolling, and I wanted to ask about the game last Friday against Duke. You guys ran all over them, and then Saturday afternoon, you continued to run late in the game. Do you guys feel like you have that attitude, just like it's you guys against everyone? Because that's what it feels like, whether you're out and left or watching the games on TV. That's what you sort of
Yeah,
watch.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of talk in preseason during the season, and I mean, it always goes back to like we know what we have in the building, and try to when things are going bad, people are gonna let you know, and when things are going good, people are gonna let you know. So um, like we know what we got in the building, and try to tune that out as much as possible. Um, and then yeah, Duke, all the running there. Um, that's just our brand of baseball, really. And no matter what the score is, whether it's beginning of the game, end of the game up 10, um, we're still gonna run and we're still gonna bunt and we're still gonna play our brand just to get that next run on the board. Our focus a lot of the time is getting that next run on the board, keeping that next run off the board, sort of no matter what the situation is. So yeah, we we were able to sort of expose uh, Duke and their catcher and pitcher there, so take advantage of them. Um, but yeah, I mean that's just our brand, and we're gonna play like that, sort of no matter the circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, and then kind of off that, right? There's a lot of angry talking heads on Twitter these days that really don't like Birdball's style of, the bunting and the frequent stealing, and for some reason, it rubs them the wrong way. I mean, what do you have to say? Is it just more of, kind of what you already said? Like that's your game. That's what Ender Donato wants to do, and that's how we're gonna execute.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's at the end of the day, that's our brand. That's what we're sort of built to do. Sort of if you look at the the ACC stats, there, we're not towards the top in home runs or anything like that. But we're gonna get you in other ways. What our coaches have said to us is like terms like death by a million paper cuts. We might not get you on the 3-run home runs or the grand slams like some of the other teams, but we're gonna be tough and we're gonna scratch together some hits and some stolen bases and get some runs on the board.
Sort of going off that toughness, I want to talk about that inning that you started the other day with the homer. You guys are down 5-1, right? It's game three. You're looking to finish off the sweep, and you find yourself down. You homer, and then it's bases loaded. Wolf gets a big wall ball double, and you guys are off to the races. You bury him. What does that feel like to start off the rally going? And it feels like from someone who's up on the hill watching the games, it can be any guy, anytime. This team's never out of it.
Yeah. I mean, it felt great. That being me that time, in the home run, but what what we said is like we felt like we were having good at bats that whole game, even though there's one run on the board. And if we just kept at it, kept having tough at bats, working the count, and kept barreling baseballs, and a few fell, and then it ended up sort of breaking open for us, and we started going.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I mean, I feel like here a big one here. Like we got to know. I mean, Sports Center top 10. You ended up on that probably, what is that, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I mean, I feel like that's every little kid's dream growing up, turning the TV on, seeing yourself, in those top 10 plays. So just walk us through that, like what it felt like, and when you made that catch, did you
Yeah.
think you were ending up there the next morning?
Yeah, it was definitely pretty cool seeing that the next morning. Sort of walking through the play a little bit. It was like a left-handed batter was playing straight up and saw the ball go, and I was like, maybe I have a shot. Sort of kept going and going, and then I was like, I think I got it, and I just laid out, and then the at the end of the game, our communications guy said he was gonna send it in, and I actually got a text from my uncle the next morning. Actually, I wasn't up. I wasn't up to see it. But at 8 a.m. the next morning, I got a call and a text from my uncle. So that was nice to hear.
Man, what was better? I think the Wilson baseball guys. Luke, you might have been there that day. Might remember. You had two home runs in an inning. Or two, excuse me, two home run robberies in the same inning. That or the Sports Center top 10. What's going to live more in your mind?
I don't know. I think I don't think I'll ever get better than two home runs, robbing one, and going through the portable fence there at Carpenter Field. That was always fun.
They still got a portable fence. They're not gonna. Was there ever a real fence for you guys, or was it always just
No.
the mesh run through that mesh wall and the outfield?
Yeah,
Oh man, they
it
got
was always
soccer
the
in the
mesh
off
wall.
season.
Yeah, soccer plays out there. We have
Oh
like
yeah.
a ton of soccer teams, so they paint up the soccer field in the outfield,
All right, well,
roll the
I
fence out.
gotta ask. Wait, Cap. All right, so I mean, we got Larson's Williston baseball moment. I mean, Cap. Like, what's yours? What's your claim to fame here?
Oh man,
What are you gonna be
we're gonna
telling your kids about in 20 years type story?
So we're gonna have to go way back to sixth grade. You got the Southampton Yankees versus the Southampton Red Sox. All right? Like the end of sixth grade, you got like the semi-formal coming up. You're starting to, grow up, and all my buddies are in this game, and I went yard. I went yard 3 times that night. So doing it as a 20-year-old, doing it as a 12-year-old. I don't know. You'll have to make the judgment of which one's better, but that was a pretty good night, and I peaked right then and there.
Nothing. You got nothing from Williston.
Yeah,
From
you gotta
Wilson,
you gotta have
man.
a good moment in there, right?
Yeah, no, there's a couple hits. I'm trying to think think of a big one. Uh, I don't know. There was oh, jeez, you tested my memory a little bit. No, there was a big catch out at our rivals Canterbury, and I was going back and forth with their dugout
With
all
the
game, so that was a pretty good one. I think that was definitely a special moment.
Canterbury was always a fun matchup.
Yeah, no, I hated those
There's a lot of
guys.
a lot of a lot of talk going on there.
Nothing
Yeah, oh
better
yeah.
than some
I
fan interaction, man. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, no, get the juices flowing. Speaking of Larson, what's it like out in left? I'm sure it's a little bit better for you than it is for some of your opponents out there when they're up on the hill, but it's gotta be a pretty fun spot to be.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome when we're at home. You got to. I mean a lot of the student body goes up there,
There we go.
packs the hill. Yeah, yeah. Todd loves it. Everybody loves it. I mean, it just makes it feel like a real home environment. You go to these places like Florida State, UNC, and they're always packed and sort of have that home field advantage, make it a tough place to play. And I feel like the BC student body has done that at the Harrington Athletic Village this spring. Even in the Tuesday Wednesday games, I mean, there's kids up there having a good time on the hill. Um, I mean, I think it's a great spot. I got the I mean I can hear pretty much everything going on behind me back there. Yeah, one time a couple games ago, someone was talking and I turned. I forget what they said. It was like, and they're like, oh, you can hear me. It's like, yeah. I can hear everything from left field there. But yeah, I mean, it makes it a really fun environment, cool environment. Tougher tougher place to play in than it already is, and everyone loves it.
Yeah, I mean I mean for me and Cap, we've been up there. We love going for those weekend series. Like it's awesome seeing the students really getting out there and making that left field hill a formidable place to play in the ACC. And we give our fair share to the opposing team's left fielders. Have a good clean old fashioned fun and
Yeah.
whatnot. But I guess I was going to ask you, I guess going off if we're talking about the hill becoming, a harder place to play in your entire, it doesn't have to be this season, it could be last season too. What's the hardest stadium you've played at in college baseball with like fan atmosphere or, altitude or whatever it
Yeah.
is?
Um, I didn't play at Florida State last year, but Florida State was a tough one for sure to play in. Every time someone got up there with two strikes, it was like a K time chant. The whole stadium would go crazy. Um, People were right above our dugout yelling into it at us, at our coaches, stuff like that. Uh, this year, this year, the most packed place we played in was UNC, I'd say, for that series. But surprisingly, those fans were pretty nice for the most part. There's a guy in left field who was actually talking about trying to have a conversation with me about Drake May, because he was asking me where I was from. Drake May being a UNC guy, me being a Massachusetts guy. UNC was a nice environment there. But yeah, I mean, I didn't experience it as much as some of the people that were on the field at Florida State, but Florida State was definitely the loudest and the craziest that I've experienced.
Did you ask him about Belichick and Jordan?
No, 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 I didn't. I should have. I didn't get around to that.
Oh
I
man.
mean, dude,
Well,
Patriots coaches are just absolutely wild these days. Like
oh boy.
someone needs to get a rein on
Yeah,
Vrabel and Belichick because it's
yeah. I keep seeing stuff about that. It's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, every time you open up Instagram or Twitter, it's another story you don't want to see.
Yeah. I mean, now they've got stuff from what, like 6 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
that's
great.
not looking
that's
great for Vrabel and
yeah.
Co.
Tough go overall recently for the Patriots and their off the field stuff.
Yeah, hey, they're back. What can you say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Good old Patriots we remember.
Larson, speaking of Twitter, when you log on there and you talk about Birdball, obviously a lot of people talk about, Solier, Colarusso, obviously Wang. I think there's like a parody account with like Wang Bang or something it's called.
yeah.
Um, who are the other guys that you maybe want to shout out or you want to say to the guys who are up on the hill having a few beers or scrolling on Twitter looking at Birdball? Give me a few names that, we should know and hey, this guy's raking for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big one for us, Ty Manalfi from Dayton, Dayton transfer, um, really having a good year. And our whole pitching staff really has been phenomenal all year. Really, I mean, all the way through. My roommate Gavin Suarez having a really good year. Brady Miller starring for us on the weekend. He's been doing really well. Yeah, but our pitching staff has been phenomenal. And that's really big to have as many guys as we do that you can trust to go out there and get the job done.
I mean, it feels like, Miller, Mudd, these guys would be, Friday starters at a lot of different places, and to have three guys who just are doing it for you game in, game out, or weekend in, weekend out. It's huge, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been huge. We're in every game. The pitching staff keeps us in every game, and um, yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I know Ender Donato's been, doing great things, especially this year. I was wondering if we could pick your brain on. I know when you had kind of around your recruiting time and commitment time, it was a Gambino was still, I think, the acting
Mhm.
head coach, and then obviously was it you committed, and then Ender Donato had came in, and you decided to stick to going to BC, which obviously not a lot of guys do. New head coach, it's not super common to reopen recruitment and whatnot. What about Ender Donato and his style of play, or what he said to you really made you say, like, what, this is going to be the spot for me?
Yeah, yeah. So I committed a long time ago now. I think probably 4 years ago or so now. When Gambino was the head coach, and I was committed under him for a while too. And then he ended up leaving for Penn State. And it's easy to kind of panic when that happens, just in college sports these days. And a lot of programs you'd see like a sort of mass exodus of players. But then when Todd was named the coach, you didn't really see anybody leave on the team, and and same with the recruits, and he had some conversations with us, and liked what he had to say. And at the end of the day, like everybody was like actively choosing to still be at Boston College, and I think that speaks a lot to the institution, what a special place Boston College is. Because what happened when Todd took over as head coach is kind of almost unheard of these days. I'm not sure how many people left, but I mean nobody that was committed under Gambino like decommitted or panicked and left. Like everyone still wanted to be there, and the current players, not many of them left. So I just think that speaks to what a special place Boston College is.
What is you see him out there and he's a fiery guy. He's getting you fired up. You see things like that, what Luke put up, like the hill was awesome last night. What's Coach Interado like sort of behind closed doors? You got any good stories you can tell us about him or give a sense of who he is as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely intense on the field, but and he expects a lot out of us, which he should hold us accountable. But he's uh, personal off the field. You can talk to him about a lot of stuff, and yeah, I think he has a good balance of intensity and expecting a lot of us on the field, and I mean off the field as well, but still able to balance uh, you know being someone who you can talk to off the field as well.
I got a little hypothetical for you here. So, I mean, if you could ink one NIL deal with any, but it's got to be like a BC area, like Cleveland Circle area, like food joint. Like you going like Eagles Deli, or you taking like the Chipotle NIL? Like what are you going with here? Like what's your go to?
I think Eagles Deli is a good one. Um, they got Boston College stuff all over the place. I love their Chipotle chicken sandwich. That's my go-to from there. Um, yeah, so I mean, I think Eagles Deli would be a good call there.
Oh man, let's hope Ernie over at Crazy Dough doesn't tune into this one. He'd be bummed to hear that. You can't
Yeah,
go wrong.
yeah. There's a lot of options around.
I mean, yeah. Or I know. I guess we'll go into this too. Like, if you got so, I mean, you wake up. Let's say it's yeah. We'll go dinner. Let's say it's dinner time. You're on campus. What's your go to? Are we going to Hillside or like lower? You a lower guy? Like what's the what's your
I
fancy here?
I'll I like to check the menu at lower and then go from there. Um, I if it's I was a big Addie's guy for a while for that
Yep.
burrito bowl, but I think I had a little bit too much of that too often. It's gone a little old for me. I like the it's always a good day when it's for me when it's some general Gao chicken,
There we go.
whether that's lunch or dinner. I always love to see that. But
I mean, lower's an interesting one, man. I mean, I can't say I don't know about you, Cap, but I mean, off campus here, I can't say I miss lower all that much. I mean, but I also was a big Addie's guy, but when you live in Vandy and you go there every day, it gets old
yeah,
fast. I hear you.
yeah,
I'm in the same boat with you guys. I discovered Addie's late my freshman year. It was awesome for about 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks straight, it was no more Addie's for me.
yeah.
What about you, Cap? Are you like Eagles? Are you like Eagles Nest, right? Or are you
Yeah,
more
auto
Hillside?
Eagles nest for lunch. That's pretty much every day, and then other than that, I'm eating off campus.
Really? Okay,
But
I got
can't
to
go
admit,
wrong with
I've
the
I've
presser.
never been to Eagles Nest. Not, I don't know.
Oh
Am I
man,
missing? Am I missing out there, or
you,
like, is it
you
worth
are
it?
you are missing out. It's good. It's a good little spot. Get yourself a presser, and yeah, I couldn't recommend it anymore to you or the listeners.
Is that the second floor
Oh
of
yeah,
the
right there.
the tower there?
Yeah, they
I
got like
don't I
today a
don't think
little
I've ever
chicken
been
parm
there.
presser,
Huh.
that bag of chips, pickle on the side. Can't
Is
go
that is
wrong.
that regular dining points? A regular
Yeah,
Yeah,
regular
break
meal
it
plan?
down
yeah,
first here. Like, what are we looking at? I know
yeah.
they just. What do you think about the redo? Because I heard there was a lot of people throwing their
Oh
hands
man.
up. It used to be
Uh,
great or something. Like, what happened there?
it had a very nostalgic vibe. It was the type of place. My dad's BC '93. It was the type of place he ate it in, and probably guys 20 years before him ate in the same place. Just like basically like the dining hall equivalent of Walsh Hall. So if you love Walsh, you're gonna love or you would have loved the ambiance at the Eagles Nest. But Not quite the same anymore. A little too fancy for my taste.
That's that's a shame because I mean, again, never been there, but I remember the reaction being not positive from I don't think
Yeah.
anybody was impressed by it.
I think there's a couple like Eagles Nest theme burners in the BC basketball burnerverse. I think like the Venn diagram of having a BC burner and going to Eagles Deli is like just one circle. So
They're all the
There's
same.
a giant BC burner presence on Twitter.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
yeah,
it's my whole feed now.
they
And some of
go
the
ahead, Zach.
college baseball analysts are catching on to it too. All the BC burners have been replying to their tweets.
the
It's
sickos, man.
it's great.
Yeah,
It's good to see. I mean, there's my personal favorite is it's Nick the Big Wang Wang is
There you go.
is the BC baseball one who's always just chatting, and then it's you know Mike Gualtieri, you know the BC like reporter guy who's he had the
Mhm.
big run in with Bill O'Brien in the
Bill.
fall
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, oh yeah.
that went viral. He's always responding to all their nonsense that
yeah,
they're putting out there. But hey, man, it's good. The people are talking about Birdball. It's I think it's refreshing to see.
I mean, yeah, you guys are proof. Like, obviously, tough year for the football team, tough year for the basketball team. Hockey, maybe not up to its usual standards, but like, if you give the students here a product, I mean, look no further than a
yeah,
Tuesday night, creeping up on finals, and you guys got Northeastern in the Beanpot, and that hill was packed. You got people
yeah,
hanging out, having a good time, enjoying the game. That was awesome. I think this team is just such good vibes around campus.
yeah. I mean that Tuesday was electric, about as big of a crowd as I've ever seen. Um, yeah, I mean, and that being on a Tuesday speaks pretty loud. Um, yeah, to your point there, that if you give them something, then they'll get behind it.
Yeah, I mean, and then so your guys' last weekend series of the regular season, you're hosting. I believe they're the third or fifth team, depending on what poll you're looking at
Mhm.
right now in Georgia Tech. I mean, walk us through that. What preparation looks like. Does that get you excited that you get another chance to go at another top 10? Because I mean, UVA was top 10 when you played them. UNC was a top
Mhm.
10 team. Obviously, GT will remain in the top 10 most likely. So, what goes into that, and how's the week building up to that in practice?
Yeah, I mean, you do uh, this like this the scouting of the pitchers and the hitters, just like any other team, and you'll prepare for us. A lot of the preparation comes on the base paths. Um, what are their pitchers and catchers like? Um, so I mean, yeah, just preparing like it's like it's any other ACC weekend. Yeah, Georgia Tech is a in the top five in the country pretty much the whole season, I believe. But everyone in the ACC is good. So I mean, and we've proven we can beat and compete with anybody in the country. So just prepare for them like you're preparing for any other team, really.
I'm curious about like the flip side of that coin too. And you guys keep rolling along and staying ranked week after week. Do you see sort of you roll up whether it's to South Bend or for a midweek or Duke comes to town and sort of you guys have that like intimidation factor and you guys have that sort of momentum where you're just rolling?
Yeah, someone's coming into my room.
Whatever
Um,
basement dungeon
um,
he's in.
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, I think you see that that when we scout a team, like we'll see that they've picked off like two times to second base all year, and then when they play us, there's probably three or four pickoffs in the in the first inning. So like teams definitely prepare for us. They know how we play. I think that it's an adjustment for teams that play us. That that's sometimes hard. Our offense puts a lot of pressure on them, and something extra that they have to prepare for. Whether that they don't teach their pitchers to prepare to handle the run game, maybe, and they have to make some adjustments for us. And then you see a pitcher trying to be quicker to the plate, and that throws them off. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff about our offense that teams have to do some extra preparing for that can throw them off for sure.
Speaking of scouting reports, what do you guys see when they scout you that makes them not want to pitch to you at all? I mean, it's what, 35 walks on the season now. It's outrageous. I think like you and Toomey are up there, and then there's no one else close. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just trying to have those tough at bats. You know, with base. I mean, hitting's hard. So I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs. It's a long season. So for me, just no matter how my swing is feeling or um, you know, confidence level at the plate at that time, just knowing that I can put up a tough at bat and at any time has been huge. And sometimes that results in a walk. A lot of times this year, I guess. But just having that mentality that you can go in there and be a prick and fight, no matter how you're feeling, is sort of the mentality that I try to go up there with. And drawing a walk, I feel like it's just as good as hitting a single, and we like to celebrate walks that way. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that really speaks to your guys' the attitude you've had all season that I guess is really pissing people off for for whatever reason. Like I said, all the opinionated people on Twitter don't like the way BC baseball plays the beautiful game. So I mean, tell them, oh well, you guys are doing great. Congrats on that. Hope you guys roll through the end of the season. Looking for a regional there. I know. Me and Cap will be back as summer advances, so hopefully you guys keep going there. But we're gonna move on to some Red Sox talk now. I mean, I was gonna say there's not much to say, but I think there is a lot to say.
Yeah.
I mean, as of tonight, we just got swept by the Yankees. I think we're 9-16. I don't know where it went wrong. Right, going into this at the World Baseball Classic, Red Sox players, I think we sent 12 players to the WBC. They combined for 12 home runs throughout that short tournament. And it is just, we look like a shell of what I saw at the WBC. And I don't know about you guys, but I thought watching that tournament, my expectations were really high. I was like, wow, our bats are firing. And then it's, our combined batting average, I think, is 231, and that's 20th in the MLB right now. So absolute disaster.
Yeah, I mean, you thought, I think sort of maybe before the World Baseball Classic tournament, you thought this was going to be a team that could certainly pitch, right? They added Sonny Gray to the rotation. They added Ranger Suarez, Crochet, we all know is the man. Brian Bayo, Connolly early on the back end. And you thought, and then you went into the tournament, you said, not only can this lineup be good, but they can be just as good as the pitching, and it can be up there with anyone in the American League. And it has been anything but. I mean, sort of Contreras and Abreu were doing their thing for a while. They've sort of reverted to the mean. And outside of those two, no one's hitting. Like nothing's really happening. So I don't know. Larson, what do you think about the team thus far?
I think one thing that I was concerned about going into the season was the lack of power in the lineup, and I think that's really showed. They're dead last in the league in home runs with 13 home runs. So and they're not getting a bunch of hits either. So you saw that pretty clearly. They just put up 3 runs in 3 games against the Yankees. So when you're when you're not hitting a ton and you're not hitting for power, you can feel like there's just nothing going. They're not stringing it. They're not able to string at bats together. You get it hit here and hit there, but nothing really to do a whole lot of damage. Or I mean, I don't know what the numbers are on this are, but I don't know how many crooked numbers we've put up there. They've put up so far this season.
I mean, yeah, we definitely lack that like the power, like you said, like our barrel rate, excuse me, has been floating anywhere between 20 to 24 in the MLB, which is horrible. Hard hit rate, exit velos over 95 miles an hour. Again, like anywhere from we've been as high as 17th, as low as 27. So we I don't get it. I really don't understand what's going on. Roman Anthony just went down, right? Didn't play today with the back injury. He's catching. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. He's getting a lot of flack, kind of on literally on all social platforms. That people saw him at Loco, the bar at Fenway on like Sunday or Monday night before the Yankees game. And everyone's like, are we serious? And then he comes out and, plays the way he does. I mean, obviously you guys have seen he's had his the noodle arm stuff going on from left field. It's like he can barely reach the infield anymore, and then goes down with a back injury. Like, people aren't thrilled with him, which kind of sucks because I loved him. I thought he was going to be the man, but it's been underwhelming.
He's a kid who's got all the talent in the world, and who knows, what's going on in his head. But every time a camera pans to him, I'm just shocked. Like, oh my God, have you ever seen a dumber looking human being? Like, just there's nothing behind those eyes. It's bizarre. So I mean, to hear he's at Loco is, I mean, hey, he's just a kid. But come on, man.
Yeah, I did see that Loco stuff. That's tough. That's tough to see there. I wouldn't hit the panic button on him yet. I mean, he had a slow start when he got called up last year. Through 20 games this year, his numbers are better than they were through his first 20 last year. The outfield stuff hasn't helped him either, but he did have that good throw a couple nights ago, gunning the runner down. That I heard it was a problem with his feet out there, his footwork out there more than anything. But I think he's still a superstar, and I'm confident that he's gonna put it together.
I mean, yeah, he's got 7 to 8 more years. Sorry, Cap. Go ahead.
No, well, I was just gonna jump in there off the footwork thing. I mean, something I think about. I mean, what are this team's two worst qualities, right? It's defense, it's errors, it's stupid plays, and they're not hitting, like you said, Colin. They're not like really putting together good at bats, or playing situational baseball, and that's coaching. Like, guys are gonna hit, guys are gonna pitch, and guys are gonna not pitch, and guys are gonna not hit, right? But like, when you can't do the little things that we learned when we were 8, 10, 12 years old, you can't win in the bigs. You just can't. So I don't know if that'll put Cora on the hot seat or whatnot at the end of the season if this continues, but it's certainly a concerning trend at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Larson. I mean, he's got 7, 8, 7? I think it's 7 more years on that contract. Better start than he had last year. Like, yeah, is it great that he's at Loco before the Red Sox Yankees midweek series? Probably not. People say he's got his own established table in there apparently. So I guess that tells you how much he's there. I mean, there must be something with I feel like it's like every time one of our teams, like a Boston team, gets like a young star, it's like this reminds me of like the Tyler Seguin stuff that was going down and like years ago. Like this is almost like exactly the same way. And Seguin was absolutely disgusting. So I mean, go to the bar as much as you want if you're gonna play like you're the best player in the league. But you might want to stop going to the bar once you're what is he batting right now? Like 225 or something with like 25 strikeouts. It's
Yeah.
nothing super great. So I mean, we'll see if we find him there this weekend. I, I doubt we will now that he's catching flack. But yeah, interesting situation going on in Boston for sure.
Yeah, another guy worth mentioning too is Trevor Story. I think sort of something they talked about a lot last season on the broadcast was, this offense goes how Trevor Story goes. And if that holds true this year, he's batting 186 with a 514 OPS. Like that's sort of the leader you have in the clubhouse. Obviously, Bregman's gone, and he just hasn't been great. And I think it's someone the guys count on, someone who when he's hot, the team's hot, and he's not doing it. So that's pretty concerning offensively.
Yeah, and when he's not going well, it looks it's not good. I think he's got 35 or so strikeouts to 5 walks. He just when it's not going well for him, he just swings and chases a lot, and it's a lot of ugly, non-productive at bats. And that's just hard coming out of the top of the lineup there, not putting together at bats, not seeing pitches. It's just not ideal.
I mean, yeah, and it's everybody, right? Like, I mean, before the game tonight, Marcelo Meyer was under 200. Jaron Duran still under 200 for batting average. Trevor Story under there as well. And then, dead last on the team with a 141, Caleb Durbin. I don't know how this dude has a job. Like, he almost gave Duran a concussion today. You guys see that, like the third inning,
Yep.
he basically ran into left field and tackled Duran. I was like, this guy's a genius. Like, this guy's the best. And then can't hit, can't play defense. I don't really know what he does, but I mean, it's a team wide thing, right? You could point the finger, but you could say it's Story's fault, it's Anthony's fault, but Meyer, Duran, and then Caleb Durbin hitting 141 is not going to do you any favors. So
I'd say the Durbin situation is particularly tough when you go from the start of last season, right? When you have not one but two all-star caliber third basemen, and now you got Caleb Durbin out there, and that's just like particularly highlighted when for the last what almost 10 years we got to watch Rafi out there. Last year we were lucky enough to watch Bregman go out there every day, and now you're watching this guy, and we know what good third baseman play looks like, and this is not it. So who knows?
yeah, ugly stuff coming out of the Red Sox organization right now, and I mean, hey, it's a 162 game season. I guess I'll pick your brains. Like, you think there's time to turn it around? Obviously, 7 games under 500, but we play like we're 0-24. So like it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, but it's getting towards like not so much of the beginning of the season anymore. I mean, I was trying not to panic too much, but and throughout the season you're obviously not going to have really everybody in your lineup clicking at the same time. That's just not going to happen for really any of the season, but not much at all is clicking right now, and I think that's got to change pretty fast and pretty dramatically at this point in the year. I mean, I saw something just to get even back to their win total of 89 last year. Their win percentage has to be pretty good for the next 100-something games.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look great, right? Like you need a lot of guys to get hot like really quick. The one thing I would add is just it could be worse, and we could be the Mets losing,
Yeah.
12 straight until they finally got one last night. So it is still early. No one is really separated from the pack, but it's a gut punch. Like even when they're bad, you still get 13 chances to go out there and beat the Yankees. and they dropped 3 of them this week. And it's almost like a season within the season, like just beat the Yankees. And when you can't even really show up for this series, it's it doesn't feel good, right? So
Yeah, the Yankees sweep is a gut punch for sure.
I mean, we were
yeah,
talking about it before we hopped on, but Cam Schlittler, like, I mean, seems to feed off of all the
Yeah,
nonsense that Boston fans like to give him, and it
yeah.
seems to be a
I
good
think
rivalry brewing with him and
yeah.
us.
I think Boston was just fueling the fire there this whole week leading up. He definitely takes that stuff personally, and then I don't know, just like he did in the playoffs, this past year, seemed to continue that tonight and just sort of shove against us.
He seems like a guy who goes onto Twitter, looks up his name, scrolls for 40 minutes until he can find like
Yeah,
one like borderline bad thing, and then he's like, "All right, that's it. This is crossed the line." And it's uh, like, look, there's nothing you can say. The guy has now twice absolutely shoved against the Sox. Like he's a stud, but at some point it's like, dude, like just pitch. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
And,
yeah. I
and
mean,
it, go
I,
ahead,
th-
go
I,
ahead.
I think he's a big enough name now where he doesn't need to be going out and replying to fans on or not fans, but people on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's such like a little antics guy too. Like I remember last year before he played the Sox, obviously because he went to Northeastern, he was posting a bunch of like, oh, I love Boston, like blah 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 blah, like this is the greatest city ever. And then it was like it was either last week or 2 weeks ago. He came out again. Obviously, this time himself on Twitter, he's just firing off tweets like Boston fucking sucks. This is the worst city in the world. Like I can't stand this place. Everybody here's an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, post game and I guess before the game too, he's like, why, everybody's being so mean to me in Boston, like not sure what's going on here. I'm like, dude, like are we serious? I mean, maybe he's like rage baiting and just trolling around, but like I don't think he is, and I think he's actually like that dumb. And that it just pisses me off even more, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things like there's nothing you can say to the guy. But yeah, he certainly searches out the fuel and and gets going from there.
I mean, yeah, all credit to him. I love a good sports rivalry. I mean, I hate to take that. I hate when people like want players to be more tame and like they don't like when, people have personalities. So, I know we're complaining about it, but at the same time, it is cool to see there's still some real hate there and, maybe rekindle some of that early 2000s Red Sox Yankees, rivalry hatred that there once was. But as for now, I mean, midweek sweep, not great. Sox looking at in a really dark place. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I think that's all I had. Unless you guys have any last words, comments that you're dying to get out here.
No,
Uh,
I'm looking forward to watching this weekend out in watch you guys out in South Bend, Colin.
yeah,
Give them hell.
yeah. I'm excited. 6:30 tomorrow night.
Let's go.
Well,
If
night
you see
night game.
if you see a group of guys out in the outfield playing hacky sack, that it might be my brother.
Yeah,
He's messing around out there. So
Well, they
yeah,
still
good
got those
yeah,
luck.
wild haircuts.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He
Whatever
got
happened with that? Did he buzz it or is it still?
I think it ended up being a buzz cut. Yeah, not great. A little. I don't know if they call it hazing, but if it's not hazing, I don't know what that is
Yeah,
because
yeah,
not good.
yeah. I'll be on the lookout for Brandon Capshaw there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, Larson,
Um,
thank you for coming on again, dude. Thanks for talking Sox, doing the interview. Best of luck in the
yeah,
Holy War this weekend. We'll be pushing for you the rest of the way there, especially for that GT series back here at the Harrington Athletic Village. Thank you for tuning in. That was episode 10. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and Substack. Capshaw, thank you for chiming in too. We really appreciate it. Take it easy,
You too,
guys,
Luke.
and we'll be back soon. Episode 11. I think we're going to do a little NFL draft recap because that's still winding down. But all for now, thank you and have a good night.